हमेशा खुश रहो विद्या. This is JVWU Trivedi, and today I am going to give a lecture on Introduction to the Living World. Now this is a lecture for introductory biology. Now what is living? Now if we see what is living being the, and the characters. So how you are going to characterize that this object is living or non-living. Now, for a living being, it should have the characteristics of organization, cellular organization, growth, reproduction, ability to sense the environment and give response and metabolism. Now, let's start with the first, that is growth. Now, all organisms grow. We all know that organisms can increase in size or in mass due to the characteristics of growth. Now, for example, a plant will grow throughout life, but an animal grows only to certain age. But how do the non-living objects grow? They will grow only externally by the accumulation of material on surface. The living objects grow from inside and the non-living objects grow from externally. Now, but growth cannot be defined as a definite property of living being. Why? Because in certain examples, the mass is decreased during growth. For example, we have a potato. Now, as it starts germinating, what happens? The potato shrinks in size. So, we cannot say that growth is related to size. The second character is reproduction. Now, what is reproduction? It is a characteristic of a living being to produce progeny which are possessing features of their own type. Now, reproduction can be sexual or asexual. Now, for example, the fungi produces spores for asexual reproduction, and planaria can regenerate from a single fragment only. Now, in Protonema and filamentous moss, they also reproduce by small portions of their body. But in unicellular animals, what happens? The growth and reproduction are synonymous with. Now, there are certain organisms which do not reproduce, but they are living, like worker bees, infertile human beings. So, reproduction is not a defining property of living being. The third is metabolism. Now, where several chemical reactions are occurring in organisms, some are anabolic and other are catabolic. Now, all the reactions together are called metabolic reaction, and the process is called metabolism. But it is a defining property of living being. Now, cellular organisms they consist of cell. Now, and their products. This is a defining property of a living being. Now, consciousness. This is the most important property for to say that a object is living or non-living. The ability to sense the environment and respond to environmental factors. The living being can sense and respond to environmental factors like water, temperature, and other organisms and pollutants. So we say it is a defining property of organisms. So living organism can be considered as self-replicating, evolving, and self-regulating interactive system capable of responding to external stimuli. So students, we have discussed in today's lecture what is the defining property of living being. What is living being? An object which has a cellular organization, which can grow, which can reproduce, and which has the ability to sense environment and give the response accordingly. It also has a metabolism for the production of energy. So we have studied growth and reproduction, but they are not the characters, defining characters. Metabolism is there, it is a defining property of living beings. Similarly, cellular organization and consciousness is again defining property of living beings. So living beings are self-replicating, once again, self-replicating, evolving and self-regulating interactive system which is capable of responding to external stimuli. So students, I hope you have found my lecture interesting, and if you have any query, please give in the comment section. I will resolve it soon. This session was powered by digital version 2.0 of Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Thank you and namaste.